An Erie County house is a total loss after it's gutted by flames last night. As efforts to get Americans vaccinated sputter, more than 400,000 have died since the first case was reported in the U.S. just over a year ago.
People are thinking about working out more during the pandemic. Coming up, we'll show you an activity that's fit for the entire family.
Live in high definition from your news leader, this is Jet 24 Action News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Brian Wilk. A 16-year-old is dead after a van crashed into the back of his Amish buggy. It's news out of Ashtabula County tonight. The crash happened on U.S. Route 322 around 6:30 p.m. Saturday. According to Ohio State Patrol, a van struck an Amish buggy that was traveling east on the shoulder of the highway. The driver of the buggy is identified as 16-year-old Norman Detweiler. He was pronounced dead at the scene. According to officials, no drugs or alcohol were involved. The driver of the van was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. He was not wearing a seatbelt. The crash remains under investigation. A busy Saturday night for rescue crews in Girard as a fire completely guts a house. Crews were called to a house on the 300 block of Templeton Avenue around 6 last night. According to officials on scene, the blaze began in the kitchen and spread to the rest of the house. Firefighters had to evacuate the home because the flames were too intense. The house is considered a total loss. Everyone was able to get out safely, and there are no reports of any injuries. Nearly 10 fire companies assisted in putting the fire out, with multiple tanker trucks dispatched because the fire hydrants were frozen. The State Department of Health reporting 113 new positive cases of COVID-19 today in Erie County. With today's number, the county has a total of 14,796 cases. The state is reporting an increase of 3,976 new cases. That brings the total number of cases statewide to over 800,000. An additional 83 people died from COVID-19 in the state, bringing that total to 20,609. Crawford County reporting 20 new cases. Warren County reports an increase of 9. Ashtabula County reporting 16 new cases. Chautauqua County, New York continues to report 6,018 total cases. More than 400,000 Americans have died of COVID-19 since the first case was reported in the U.S. just a year ago. ABC's Ty Hernandez reports efforts to get Americans vaccinated are sputtering, with many states running out of supplies of both the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines.
January is on track to be the deadliest month of the coronavirus pandemic so far. On average this week, one American death from COVID-19 was reported every 30 seconds. Florida reporting a record-tying 277 deaths Friday, along with 14,000 new cases. And now new concerns about the UK variant, with some British officials warning it could be up to 30% more deadly. Scientists are stressing more research is needed on whether the variant is deadlier.
Even if the virus ended up not being any more deadly, the fact that it is more contagious means it's going to end up infecting a lot more people. It's going to cause more hospitalizations and a lot more deaths.
Meanwhile, the push to get people vaccinated is growing more urgent. Over the past 2 days, a record 3 million vaccines have been administered. But across the country, many states are struggling to meet demand.
The supply should be steadily increasing. And what I'm concerned about in particular is making sure that we have enough distribution channels set up. Because if we don't set those up, then we'll be in a place in perhaps a month or so where we're sitting on too much supply at a time when many people want to get the vaccine but can't.
University Medical Center in El Paso, Texas received 5,000 more doses of Moderna's vaccine. Appointments for those shots were booked within 5 minutes of being posted online. California opened the nation's largest mass vaccine site at Dodger Stadium, but still the state ranks near the bottom of the list in percent of available shots administered. New York canceling thousands of appointments after running out of vaccines, the next shipment not coming until next week.
We need more vaccine, and we need it now.
A third vaccine option could soon be available. Johnson & Johnson's one-shot vaccine may be ready for emergency use authorization in 2 weeks. Ty Hernandez, ABC News, New York.
Ever seen the popular TV show Ninja Warrior, where athletes swing, jump, and climb through an obstacle course? Well, a gym here in Erie held its regional competition today for the National Ninja League. Julia Hazel joins us in the studio after speaking with some of the athletes looking to make it to the big show. Hi, Julia.
Brian, Sinai Sports held its regional qualifier competition today for the National Ninja League. People know this sport from the TV show Ninja Warrior, but now it has become a popular sport in Erie. Competitors dream of the spotlight on the big stage, while others see this as a way to spend time with family.
I started sport about 3 years ago. I had a background as a gymnast, and I was starting to get a lot of mental blocks, so I switched to Ninja, and I think it's a lot more fun, and personally I like the community a little bit better. Everything's more positive.
Competing as a family, doing the very best you can do is something Anella's father saw as an opportunity.
And then one day home in the car, her and her sister look at us and say, wait, how come you guys aren't doing it? If it doesn't matter if we just do our best, you guys go out there and do your best. And so now my wife and I compete as well.
To make it on the American Ninja Warrior show, you must first prove yourself in regional and world competitions.
Each competitor goes to a competition. If you are in the top 3 of that competition, you will qualify in that region. By qualifying in that region, you are able to move on.
Each competition you go to, you are awarded points for being in first, second, or third place. If you have the most points going into regionals or worlds, you will be last in the run order. This can benefit you before you begin your course.
As you're watching the other competitors run, you can figure out tips and tricks on how can I shave off a few seconds here or there, how can I beat this course.
With every competition, there's a different designed obstacle course. Practicing on something like a rock climbing wall can certainly help with grip strength. For inspiring ninja warriors like Anella, this is a sport she wants to keep competing in.
As soon as I can, I'd like to get on the show. And then I'm actually looking at colleges, and one of my deciding factors is whether they have a ninja gym close to them or not. So it's something that I'd like to keep doing throughout my whole life. It's a really nice way to stay active.
The true purpose of the regional qualifier competition is to find the best ninja that can complete the obstacle course correctly and quickly without falling. Competitors that master this course will now be moving on to regionals. Brian?
Thank you, Julia. Coming up on Jet 24 Action News, is it delirium or dementia? In tonight's health report, we'll show you how to spot the differences in your loved ones. First, a look at the forecast. Hi, Craig.
Hi there, Brian. Good evening to you. And we've had a little bit of light snow that has moved through. That's in the process of tapering. What's next? Details in the forecast coming up.